Hello and welcome to Sunland. Sunland is a narrative-driven farming simulator / resource management game that asks one simple question. If you had the power, what kind of legacy would you leave behind? And to answer that question, we need to start at the beginning, the setting of the game, which is eponymous with the name of the game, and that is Sunland. So what is Sunland? It's a collection of city sky islands, as you can see here, but the main setting is the small village of Kukuruzovo, which is part of the great Novi Bad city-state area. And it's a place where nothing really happens much. It has farms, it has greenery. It's pretty nice, actually, until one day it stops being nice. So why is that? Well, a weird plague starts spreading, and there are rumors that it's manufactured right after a certain mystery figure, a very wealthy, mysterious figure, starts buying out all of the farms, called Knez Mustra. But this is not who you are. You are, in fact, one of these two. You can choose whether you can play as Mira or Miro. And you are a very charismatic farmer that actually got laid off during one of these takeovers. And of course, you are very pissed about this, a lot. So what do? Well, you use your talents, basically, your other talents. You can sing, you can dance, you can also farm, you have a knack for merchanting. You're basically a wild card in this world. And that's where the game design comes in, too. See, charisma is the main sort of, skill that you use in this game, and what sets it apart from other resource management games. It presents itself in its duality of flattery or empathy. And while you can use flattery to basically attract more customers for your merchanting path, it does not heal, but empathy heals. And you can use this empathy in your music, in your talents, to heal both nature itself by playing music to your crops, by raising them faster and with more quality. Or you can actually raise support amongst the people and rally them against someone. So the gameplay is basically divided into two parts, narrative and play, both woven together. And it's very character-driven, meaning the characters you see here are part of the game itself. You need to communicate with these characters. You need to build relationships to them in order to progress in the game. For example, Mladoika here is the tailor. She sells you her wares. Radoja is the blacksmith. He also sells you his wares if he likes you. And how does this gameplay loop end? Well, you can of course, heal the environment, gather support against the main villain of the game. Or, like I mentioned before, you do not play as Knez Mustra. But, I'm sorry, but you can absolutely become him. And this is another character. Which one will you choose? So why this game? Why Sunland? What sets it apart, other than the things I mentioned so far? Well, the character aspect. Unlike other resource management games, this one features heavily on building relationships with the other characters in addition to the way you play. You are also changing your surroundings through the choices you make, be it dialogue choices or the way you play the game. This also affects the story. The way you change the story is the way how the story presents itself by the environment, by the community itself. This game is cozy. It can be played either in small increments or all at once. And finally, this game actually saves the planet. Or, well, doesn't, but it asks what needs to be done to make the planet a better place. The audience for this game is, age-wise, everyone. But to be more specific, it's completionists. It's people who enjoy narrative, character-driven stories, but also nitpickers need to check every other possible choice and character plotline players. And finally, the platforms, because this is a very cozy game, we were first aiming for phones and tablets or other handheld devices. Then maybe consoles, which you can comfortably sit on your couch and play on your TV. And finally, PC, so you can collect all of those achievements and show off to your friends. It's very similar to Stardew Valley, Spiritfarer, but also the dialogue system is very similar to games like Dragon Age 2. And finally, this is the team, and thank you very much.